Hi, everyone. My name is Marc Bates, and you've reached the Rabbit Room Apologetics podcast. Thanks for joining us. This episode is entitled The Epistemological Foundation of the Promise Plan, Defending Certainty, Critical Realism, and the Hebraic Cognitive Environment. So let's get into it. Most of us have been trained by modern culture to believe a paralyzing lie about the nature of truth and our ability to know it. We are told that unless we possess absolute mathematical certainty about reality, we must default to total doubt. Enlightenment, rationalism, and postmodern relativism have convinced 99% of the secular world, and unfortunately much of the church, that objective, historical, and theological knowledge is basically a mirage. Skeptics frequently use bizarre hypothetical scenarios, suggesting we might just be brains in a vat or living in a massive computer simulation, to argue that because our human senses could theoretically be deceived, we cannot confidently know anything at all. Therefore, any bold claims about God, morality, or the biblical narrative are written off as mere subjective preferences rather than objective reality. But there is a massive philosophical glitch, that completely shatters this paralyzing illusion. Radical skepticism is entirely self-defeating and logically bankrupt. When we strip away these later Western philosophical categories and step back into the ancient Hebraic cognitive environment of the biblical authors, we discover a brilliant, highly sophisticated framework for knowing the truth. The scriptures do not demand an impossible mathematical certainty. Rather, they ground human knowledge in what scholars call critical realism, anchoring our ability to confidently know objective truth securely within the organic, unfolding promise plan of the Creator. So let us systematically break down this old belief. First, global criticism completely collapses under its own weight. To boldly assert that no knowledge is possible is, in itself, a dogmatic knowledge claim. To even recognize an error in human perception logically presupposes that an objective truth exists as a standard of measurement. Furthermore, the biblical text correctly diagnoses that this kind of radical skepticism is rarely a genuine intellectual puzzle. Instead, it frequently serves as a sophisticated intellectual smokescreen for moral evasion, allowing fallen humanity to suppress the truth in order to avoid accountability to the Creator. And for this, we go to Romans 1:18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. Instead of surrendering to the corrosive doubt, the biblical worldview models critical realism and operates on the credulity principle. This means we assume our sensory and cognitive facilities are generally reliable and innocent until proven guilty by compelling evidence. In the ancient Hebraic mindset, truth, represented by the Hebrew word hemeth, was not a collection of abstract, timeless propositions floating in the ether. Truth was deeply relational, historical, and inexorably bound to the conventional fidelity of Yahweh. Consequently, the biblical concept of hearing the truth was never about passive listening. It demanded an active, obedient response. And this is Jesus' favorite command. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Okay, so the question here is this word Shema, right? And if we look at this, Shema means to be attentive, give attention, to give ear, right? To do it. To hear is not passive. Okay? So, we need to get there. To understand how we know this truth, we must look at the grand architecture of the promised plan of God. Genesis chapter 1 is not a mere material origins report. It is the functional inauguration of a cosmic temple. Humanity is installed within this sacred space as the Imago Dei, commissioned as democratized royal priests to mediate Yahweh's presence and rule. Our very ability to know the truth is tied directly to this vocation. While the three major cosmic rebellions of Eden, the Watchers, and Babel severely fractured this sacred space and corrupted our covenantal hearing, God immediately launched a countermeasure to reclaim the world. So, what is the new reality and the payoff beat for your faith today? Your ability to know objective truth is securely guaranteed by the historical reality of the promised plan. God initiated a rescue mission starting with Abraham and unfolding progressively through the nation of Israel, designed specifically to reverse this epistemic crisis. This plan culminated in the incarnation of the divine Son, the Messiah, who perfectly defeated the rebellious powers and restored the unmediated presence of God. Because of this historical victory, Gentiles from the disinherited nations are now graciously grafted into the nourishing root of Israel without annulling the concrete future-oriented promises made to the Jewish people. And that's going to be Romans 1, 11, 17. But if some of the branches were broken off, and you, although a wild olive shoot, were grafted in among the others, and now share in the nourishing root of the olive tree, do not be arrogant toward the branches. If you remember, it is not you who support the root, but the root that supports you. You do not need to be paralyzed by hypothetical radical skepticism. You are designed to be a royal priest in a cosmic temple, equipped to discern truth, reject falsehood, and participate in God's redemptive mission. The biblical worldview alone provides a historically grounded, intellectually rigorous, and pastorally beautiful foundation for confident belief. So, if you want to continue stripping away modern philosophical myths and recovering the ancient supernatural architecture of the scriptures, make sure to hit that subscribe button to the Rabbit Room Apologetics channel. And as always, folks, this video is just a quick summary of my Substack article, The Epistemological Foundation of the Promised Plan, right? You'll find it on the Substack. I will provide a link in the description for you to follow, as well as besides the article itself. And here's a short little 2-minute video to introduce it. I have the podcast. I'm almost ready to put that up, and we'll put the link in there as well. And you can listen to the entire article instead of having to read it if you're like me and you like to listen to articles when you're walking or driving. It's a great way to do that, so you'll see that available, so you have access to that. So visit that, and it's a free. Subscribe to that. It's free, obviously, and we just want to know what you want to do. The other thing is, please think about what do you want from me? What questions do you have? What things do you want me to cover? What areas do you want me to research for you? I'm here to help you. I'm here to be your research guide, if that's the case. And let me know in the comments. I answer every comment, and I love getting them, and I love working with you on that. So do think about that. And also, just think about liking, and sending this video to a friend. It's a great way to get started on some of these topics, okay? And listen, let me know what you need. I'm here to try and help. We're building a community together, and I want us to be all members of it. So enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day enjoying the goodness that God has given to us. And always remember, God is good all the time. Thank you.